Now I'm going to talk about three different things how you can evaluate your treasure. One is, how do you spend your money? I believe, now I'm not going to do this, I believe if I looked at your bank account and I saw what your stuff is going to, and listen, we are just as guilty, aren't we, Amy Beth? We buy stuff and we're like, oh man, maybe we shouldn't have bought that. That was just for us. That was only for our own pleasure. That was a little selfish and greedy, the fact that we bought that. And I don't even know where some of that money came from and where it's going, and we shouldn't have done that. Ever have buyer's remorse? I'm sure you all have. I told someone when they came in that we need to be here. The saying is the church is the hospital for sinners. We're all guilty of stuff like this, aren't we? But as I'm preaching to you, I'm also preaching to myself. Where do you spend your money? Evaluate your bank account. Evaluate how you're spending your stuff. It's not to say you can't buy stuff. I'm not saying don't buy stuff. But are you doing it just for your own gratification, or are you doing it to be a blessing to others? Your family, your friends, your neighborhood, your community. Okay, that's number one, money. That's kind of obvious that you can do that. Kind of like the world even knows that if you where you spend your money are on the things that you value most. The next one is a little bit less obvious, and you can do a check on this too by keeping a schedule. Where do you spend your time? What are the things that you prioritize when you're thinking about, okay, well, Monday I'm doing this, Tuesday I'm doing this, Wednesday I'm doing this? Or for some of you who have a 9-to-5 job, you know Monday through Friday you're doing this certain thing. What am I first thing I'm doing with my time when I get home? What is the first thing I go to when I get up in the morning? Am I serving my family or am I serving myself? How am I spending my time? So that's number two. The third one doesn't often get talked about because you've heard the first two, right? Like how you spend your time and how you spend your energy. I just blew it. That's the third one. The energy is the third one. How you spend your time, how you spend your money, those two are obvious. But what you do with your energy, because the reality is this, not every amount of time in your life is equal, all right? Like some of us are morning people, and we get up and we're perky in the morning, and things start to work in the morning, and I'm ready to go, and I get most things done before, say, 3 p.m. And then 3 p.m. hits, and boom, I get hit with this lack of energy. And some of you are the complete opposite. It's like you wake up in the morning, you're like, duh. But then by time it's the evening and you turn on the lights and you're like, party! And the party doesn't stop till 2 a.m. and you're finally like, oh, maybe I should go to sleep now. It'd probably be a smart thing to go to sleep. Listen, you can set your clock to however you want. Like we just had the daylight saving times thing go. For some of you, it doesn't matter. Set it an hour ahead, an hour early. You know when you have energy and when you don't. But I would say energy is more than just physical energy. I'm learning more that I want longevity in my energy. I don't want to just peter out into my 30s and 40s and then eventually by the time I'm 50, I've got nothing left to give. I want to, this is why I mentioned to you guys before, I'm going to the gym. I want to take care of my body well so that when I'm, there's a guy I play hockey with. He's in his 60s and he flies up and down the ice faster than some of the guys who are in their 30s. And so my goal is to be like that. Why? Because I think that if I have energy at the end of life, it doesn't matter how much time I have. It's the quality of that time. You've heard that, quality over quantity. So we have to manage our energy well in order to produce over a long period of time. And I think there's wisdom in that.